Hi everyone, healthcare analyst David Williamson here with the always popular Ask a Fool segment, and today's question comes from Debbie. She's wondering, should I buy, sell, or hold Teva Pharmaceuticals? Now, Debbie, I don't want to bury the lead. No, you should not buy Teva now. There are a number of reasons why. One is patent cliff troubles. Now, it's a bit ironic that the biggest growth driver, drug patent expirations, for a generic drug company like Teva is also its biggest short-term problem. But Teva is no ordinary generic drug maker. It gets a fifth of its revenue and even more of its bottom line from a branded multiple sclerosis drug called Copaxone. And the clock is ticking on its blockbuster. Its patent runs out in 2015. In the meantime, it's also facing new competition. Biogen's Tecfidera is an oral multiple sclerosis drug. Copaxone is injected. And Tecfidera has strong efficacy and safety data to go along with it. Its launch is actually going so well, Biogen is having trouble keeping up with demand. Now, Teva was rightly concerned about it. It even filed a citizen's petition with the FDA to try to delay Tecfidera's approval. So, Copaxone has these two problems. Its sales will evaporate once a generic threat comes in. We traditionally see sales plummet 90%, but even before then, it will come under pressure from competition. Now, there's also a significant tax overhang with this company as well. The Israeli government thinks Teva isn't paying its fair share and is taking a closer look at its 12% tax rate. There are negotiations between the company and the government ongoing, but it's not like Teva's tax rate is going to get even lower, so any changes to the status quo will be incrementally negative. And keep in mind, roughly 20% of its earnings in 2011 came from Israeli tax breaks, so we could see concerns over a significant negative impact really weigh on shares until this is resolved. Look, Warren Buffett talks about being greedy when others are fearful, but that doesn't, mean just jumping into any old beaten down stock. Teva needs to show me and start executing a plan to reinvigorate growth before I can get excited about it. I know there's a lot of discussion using generic drugs to attempt to make new therapeutic entities, but we've seen some problems with this before, including generic threats for those NTEs and also pricing pushback from payers. Now, I'm going to say hold between buy, sell, and hold because the stock has been beaten down so much. And, I think it is probably trading slightly lower than fair value, but I'm much closer to sell than to buy on that end of the spectrum. I wouldn't say, go out and short the stock, but if you have better investment ideas out there, moving money out of Teva may make sense to fund those. And if you're looking at generic drug companies, there may be better buys as well. Something like Actavis, which has gone on a huge run, but the Warner-Chilcott deal is a huge win, and you may want to wait for a pullback before jumping in there. So Debbie, hopefully I answered your question on Teva. I think it's a hold that is much closer to a sell than to a buy. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more Ask a Fool. Fool on.